Hello students, welcome to my online class. I am your English teacher of LPM Public School that is situated in Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Okay, so students, this is a revisional video of chapter 4 in Sarangati. So students, the name of chapter 4 is In Sarangati. In this video, we are going to explain short summary of this chapter. So students, let's start. In this extract adopted from Forever Free, Joy Adamson describes Serengeti, a wild and beautiful national park in Africa, which is famous for its lions. During her stay there, Adamson observed and wrote about a great variety of wildlife. It was after tea time that we reached Saronera. We began to pitch camp when sudden heavy rain soaked everything. We were bogged down. During the night, several hyenas walked around and a lion came so close to my tent that I could hear him breathe. Luckily, the boys helping me were sleeping in the lorry, so I did not have to worry about it. And next day, I went to make arrangements for my stay and found that I had to hand in our firearms as it was against the rule for visitors to keep them. And after some time, I asked to the officer that what I should do if lions visited me during the night. Then he replied with broad smile. And he said, "Shoo them off." And certainly by the time I left Sarangati, became quite an expert at the shooing off. And next morning, I went with a local driver to look for the 3 lions cubs I was searching for. After some time, I called to them, but they did not move, and when I got out of the car, they ran away. Later, Gopa went down to the river and was followed by Jessup moving slowly. After 2 hours later, a zebra raced past, followed by a herd of impala racing as if in flight. On the way to the ravine the next morning, I noticed a dozen spotted hyenas moving in one direction. On that time, I saw a dark mass of animals which seemed to be in a heap. Taking my binoculars, I observed 6 wild dogs. When they moved aside for a moment, I was able to see a hyena cub struggling to its feet, but a second later, the dogs were on it again. When I did not know in what direction to move the car or how to do it quickly enough to protect both cubs at the same time. But at last, the adult hyenas took over and kept the 2 cubs safely in their midst. And now the dry season had come, and the animals were now dependent on waterholes and rivers that did not dry up. This was the time of year when poachers' activities were at their height, since they knew exactly where the animals must pass to drink when they were thirsty. The wardens worked very hard to control their activities, and it was horrifying to see the number of traps, poisoned arrows, and spears which they collected. around on a hunt and recognize the voices of most of them. Once I awake to hear lapping noises and being held asleep. Listened for some time before I realized that a lioness was inside my tent drinking out of my basin. I had nothing but a table between me and her, so I shouted at her and urged her to go away, which she did. The lions close to Saronera, having been used to visitors since cubhood, were particularly friendly. Many had been surrounded by cars while being suckled by their mothers and therefore had come to think of human beings and motors as a natural feature in their lives. But after some time, they do not frighten the animals, but when they get out, the animals race away. All over East Africa, poaching, drought, floods, and the destruction of wild animals to make place for people and their crops threaten the survival of wildlife. The idea that they may one day become extinct terrifies and shocks me. The longer I live among animals, the more I want to help them, and the more I believe that in helping them, we also help ourselves. Okay, so students, I hope this is clear to you. Now, come to the exercise of this chapter, and here, exercise B. And exercise B is answer these questions. Here, question number 1. And question number 1 is what advice did the officer give the narrator about protecting herself from lions that might enter her tent at night? So, once again, listen carefully this question. What advice did the officer give the narrator about protecting herself from lions that might enter her tent at night? And now, answer of this question is the officer gave advice to the narrator that she would sue the lions off to protect herself from lions. Now, next, question number 2. And question number 2 is how did the narrator deal with the lioness that had entered her tent? Now, answer of this question is the narrator shouted at her and requested her to go away, which she did. Once again, listen carefully. Answer of this question the narrator shouted at her and requested her to go away, which she did. Now, next, question number 3. And question number 3 is why did the wardens have to work so hard to control the poachers' activities? Now, answer of this question, and the answer is the wardens had to work so hard to control the poachers' activities because of drought and flood in that area, and poachers were full of illegal weapons. Once again, listen carefully. The wardens had to work so hard to control the poachers' activities because of drought and flood in that area, and poachers were full of illegal weapons. Next, next and last, that is question number 4. And question number 4 is what were the tools or weapons commonly used by poachers? Question is what were the tools or weapons commonly used by poachers? And the answer is traps, poisoned arrows, and spears were commonly used by poachers. Once again, listen carefully. Traps, poisoned arrows, and spears were commonly used by poachers. Okay, so students, I hope this is clear to you. And now you have to learn all exercise of this chapter. Okay, now thank you.